Hello there, it's me again, and yes, I'm not in the warehouse or the workshop tonight, or today, whenever you're watching this, as it's a bit too cold. Anyway, this little blog is what I'm calling my Suzuki special, as today I got a very nice package containing two, as you might have guessed, Suzukis. Now, I am a big fan of Suzuki motorcycles, and of course, if they're Moto GPs, especially in the sort of around about the 2000, year 2000, you can't go without mentioning Kenny Roberts Jr. What they would say is probably one of the finest motorcyclists who ever mounted a Suzuki. So, in essence of that, I have bought the two bikes from the 2000 and 2001 seasons, which he actually rode. And I've got to say there are slight, tiniest differences, but essentially both bikes are the same. So, here we are. Now this is the first one, which is from the... there we are. That's from the 2000 season, and this is this is the one I prefer. So that's the one I prefer because it's all blue. You don't have the red strip of the 2001 down there. And we'll take a quick look, shall we? Because after all, that's why I'm here. Okay. First of all, you get your instructions, as you would expect. I'm going to find a decal sheet thing, because basically they're more or less the same. Now, here's the decal setup. Predominantly done with Mr. Kenny Roberts in mind. Yeah, with Kenny Roberts, because I think he was number 2 anyway, so I will be doing this version of it because a bit of a fan. And right, there's some of the fairing, but I'm not too sure about most of these parts at the moment, but there's obviously going to be the inner fairing. I think that's the fuel tank, a few other bits and pieces there. The bigger fairing, there we go. Here we got, the thing is, you're only going to use a few of the parts from this bike, bit of sprue, because you have a second sprue here, which is all GP stuff, like the wheels here, brake discs, back brake discs, and a few bits and pieces. And you've got this absolutely, I'm a real fan of this, as you know, this really nice smooth chrome finish that Tamiya put on some of these frames. Love them, absolutely adore them. Obviously your tyres, a bit of mesh, quite a few screws in there, and your tubing. And if I can just make it, yeah, a spring as well. Wow. I have already opened these because I wasn't too sure, but these are the decals which are for the GP bike. I mean, I love these. I love these. I like the Kenny up there, you see. I like the Kenny. And this one, now I thought that this was slightly worn because this is an older kit. But these decals, for their age, look pretty crisp. So it's a sort of a thumbs up for Tamiya there. there's quite a few of the, put it down, there's quite a few of these stripe decal stuff here. Keep going down, keep going down. All looks pretty sweet. Of course you've got the other type number 9. But looks good to me. And of course you've got the greasy bits. Very, very nice. We rendered all these bits. I don't know, you see, that's the funny thing with this, you've got 3 sets of wheels, if I'm not mistaken. No, sorry, 2 sets of wheels, mistaken there. All these greasy bits, the engine looks pretty nice. All the other greasy bits here look pretty sweet to me. There's going to be a lot of work to do on the painting. There's the exhausts. And there's your front visor, and just behind it you can see there's the reverse decals for the Dunlop, no sorry, the Michelin tyres. Looks like it's going to be a lot of fun to do this. As always, the Tamiya, real nice and crisp. Excuse me. Real nice and crisp mouldings, as always, by Tamiya. What else? Decals, fantastic, as always, again. Particularly, like I said, this is my particular favourite one. The two bikes I've got here. Let's put these back in. And of course that chrome work is absolutely fantastic. Of course you've got, I haven't shown this, have I? This is all the white bits, which is basically the fairing, the fuel tank, I've got a rear mudguard there, brake discs, not textured, which I suppose is okay. Yeah, it's unusual. I'm not too sure about where some of the parts would go, but there you go. I'll find out as I go along, I suppose. So yeah, that's the one I liked. This is the one I prefer, my liking one. Cat again. This is all kind of muscle in. And the build, I've had a quick look, is pretty much what you would expect from Tamiya. Shut up, cat. Sorry. About 24 stages. Pretty nicely done stages as well. So yes, I'm immensely looking forward to this particular bike. Don't just hate a screen pet. I might show it to you later. Right, that's the 2000 series, and this is the 2001. Da, 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 da. Only major difference is this bit of red here. Other than that, there's practically the same bike to a certain degree, because nearly most of the parts are the same. The only, like I said, the only real difference are these decals, and nice decals they are too. Again, you got all the fiddly bits and all that. It's not going to be a major problem. And that glorious chrome work, can't get enough of it. Yep, it's absolutely fantastic chrome work. And of course all the rest of the fairing and the fuel tank, etc., the same sprue basically. Yep. Fairing, I think there's a slight difference in the fairing. I think there's just a small slight difference. Same again, multiple screws and fairing, mesh. To obviously the two tyres, usually come in pairs on a motorbike, and the spring. I'm gonna, you know what, these little screwdrivers here, I've got loads of them now. I'm making up my own little invasion army, I suppose. If you would excuse me a moment. Thank you. Bit of a bad throat there. Yeah, all that is basically the same. And all this is practically the same. Matter of fact, I think it is all the same. Yeah. Let's have a quick look, see if we can find out. Yeah, 2000 Tamiya 14081 14081. So even this one is an earlier sprue from a different one. Don't matter though, does it? Basically, same kit, same pieces, just different decals, which I suppose can make a bit of a difference. Let's get the instructions out. Here we are. Now there's the decal setup, which I'll be doing as well. Another Kenny Roberts special. I'll be doing Kenny Roberts again for this one. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a nice pairing, because I've never done two MotoGP bikes that belong to the same person 1 year after the other year, and I just saw these two for sale. The 2001, getting a little bit harder to find here and there. A very good, let's say, supplier I've become pretty friendly with in Cyprus has actually sold me that, and I can't put him to fault at all, him or her. These came within about 2 weeks of me purchasing them, buying them, whatever you want to call it, and basically they arrived perfect condition, as you can tell. And I did actually ask him if he did actually have the 2000 bike. He said he did. He put it up, 5 minutes, bought it, and bought this one alongside it. So immensely happy, and looking forward to buying some more, maybe MotoGP Suzuki's, maybe sometime. But I think this is probably going to be my lot now, because I've got quite a few models here and there to be getting on with. So what I will do is, on the next blog, I will give you an update on the Honda, because I'm building two, as you know, I'm building two Hondas. It's basically MotoGP bikes again, 500cc's, both exactly the same, but I'm going to be one with clear, one with the full fairing, full decals, the whole lot. Give you an update on that, probably, hopefully, as soon as I can, which may not be too long. I did have to slightly modify the suspension, because I had a choice to make of whether I wanted the rear swing arm to look all one and nice and smooth with the paint, or put the suspension in the right order but not be able to have the rear swing arm look like one piece, so to speak. So I chose the former to make it look like all one piece. Drilled out the drill struts. Haven't put the suspension in though, and I've got this idea of getting some plasti struct, probably in 0.3, no, probably 0.5, something like that. Making with the hexagonal plasti strut, I'm making my own sort of bolts to put over the holes, because through the holes what I'm going to do is a paper clip, basically a cut down paper clip to hold it into place. Already tried it and it works, just haven't put it all together yet. So once that's done, I'll show you the end result, and hopefully things will go swell. The rear wheel went on very nice. Also, something I'm going to show you with the rear wheel, which I mentioned on the Facebook page, was the whole face. Basically, I'll show you if you can see this. Basically, this whole face, which is in contact with the ground, I've rubbed down with my usual manner of 240, 400, 800 and 1000 grit, just to get rid of the mould line. Put some wax over the top of it, a polish, furniture polish wax, and aerosol one. Cleaned it up a bit. It looks brilliant. Put it on the rim. The rim was coated with future polish, floor wax, and I thought there's not much definition between the inner part of the tyre, which is here, and the outer part of the tyre, because this part will never get ridden on, obviously, and this part might just get ridden on. So what I did is I put some of that future floor wax over this bit of the, I think they call it the bead, just to give a kind of a contrast between parts of the tyre which are used and parts of the tyre which aren't. And it looks pretty nice. It's a little tip. That's a little tip there for you guys if you want to give it a go. I just personally think it looks pretty nice. Authentic. If you try it, you find out your own way. I think it looks pretty good. It makes the wheel look a little bit more sharp, and also with this one, as you can see, it's got some decals going on there. It'll also seal those decals in nicely. So yeah, I'm going to do that on the builds for these also, and I think any future motorcycle builds I might do that as well. Especially the GP bikes, Well, other than that, not much more to say. So this is the Suzuki Special, now more or less finished. So you can expect to see me starting these sometime soon. Well, maybe not that soon, but there's one other model I'm going to do. I haven't mentioned it on here, but I've got I think I might have mentioned it actually. I've got a P47 Thunderbolt from a swap, and I'm having a few problems umming and ahhing about the actual body shell, because I know it's aluminium. I'm not too sure what kind of aluminium, but there you go. Anyway, this is like I say, the Suzuki Special completed, and hopefully I'll be back soon with an update on the Honda to show you what I've done regarding that. And well, that's it for now. So this is Benjamin signing out, and telling everybody to keep on modelling. Bye bye for now.